Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to look at the subreddit r/entitledparents, where people tell us their stories of crazy mums and dads who think they're entitled just because they have kids. If you're new around here, please hit subscribe down below so that you never miss out on another video, but for now let's sit back, relax, and enjoy some Reddit stories. Entitled mother gets mad that she's not allowed to occupy an emergency road with a stroller. So, backstory. I work for a company that does live action roleplay based events, birthday parties mostly, but also quite a few company trips, and other general weird events. And every year, we attend several medieval fairs, as they provide excellent advertisement for the company, and are a lot of fun for us crew. So, my job on this medieval fair was to coordinate our archery with foam arrows, and hammer and rock throwing, which was located right beside one of the 3 taverns on the market. Now, there being a tavern meant there also had to be several emergency roads, one of which leads right between my area and that of another activity of ours. So, the story. I was standing there, teaching some kids how to use a bow and arrow, all well and good, with the emergency road being fairly packed, but that's no biggie, since should there be an emergency, the people can get moved really quite quickly. We're just not allowed to block it with anything. As for the kid, finishes his turn, having an absolute blast shooting arrows against heathenistic Swedes. I look over and notice someone from the tavern tent comes walking towards me. Quite naturally, I walk towards him and apologise to the next in line that they will have to wait a quick moment. The guy looks displeased to say the least, and I immediately get ready for an earful, but fortunately not my fault. He had just spoken with the safety team and the fire road was too blocked. So I turn to look, and I see the problem. The road was fairly busy, but in the middle of it all, I see a woman sitting in a camp chair with a baby stroller next to her. And based on her haircut, facial expression, and style of clothing, I began seeing a massive sign above her head with the name Karen written on it. Because Lord Almighty, she looked like one. Now, with the way my area and the one next to me was made, we have a dead zone in between us. An area that can't really be used for anything, and is just kinda there. So, me being the smart boy that I am, I think to myself, if I move Karen over there into the dead zone, problem solved. So I go over to her and of course start off with, "Excuse me ma'am." Entitled mother, in a very snarky tone, "What? Shouldn't you be doing your job and getting this line done with?" Well, yes, I should, but first I need you to move with your stroller over there. I point at the dead zone. "Why? I'm sitting perfectly fine here. I want to watch my boy when he shoots." "Ma'am, you'll be perfectly capable of watching him over there." "And why do I have to move?" "Because, ma'am, this is an emergency road and your chair and stroller is in the way." "But there isn't an emergency now, is there?" "No, but that doesn't matter, ma'am. The road is here in case there is one." "You listen here, you just do your damn job, or I'll report you for harassment and get you fired. I know the man who runs this show." She didn't clarify whether she meant just our little area, where I happen to be on very good terms with my boss, or the whole market, where I also happen to be on good terms with the people on the top. "Ma'am, I don't really care who you know. I've gotten word from the safety team that strollers, chairs, and such aren't allowed in the emergency roads." This kind of talk followed for quite a while, with her creating quite a scene, mentioning numerous times that she knew the boss / showrunner / director. She used a lot of different names for him. Now, what I didn't know was that one of the other crew had gotten a hold of the big man himself and asked him to come down. So, after maybe 10 minutes of very fruitless conversation, he arrives, and he takes over for me, trying to explain to this lady that she has to move. she gets very aggressive with the change in person and threatens the big man himself with getting him fired. Now, I'd like to think I'm usually pretty good at keeping my cool, but I lost it. I begin laughing like a lunatic, and the people around me who overheard it and knows who the big man is also begin laughing, which only makes entitled mother even more frantic, and she begins screaming, "Shut up, all of you! I know the man who runs this entire market, and I'm going to get you all fired." I almost fall over myself laughing. So the big man himself asks entitled mother, "So, who exactly is it you know?" And to my surprise, she actually knows the name of the big man, and says it, straight to his face. So the big man himself confirms that she claims to know him personally, and lo and behold, he just reaches for his ID. And I could see the look on her face when she realized that it was in fact him. She quickly grabbed her son, her chair, her stroller, and stormed off. Not a whole lot more happened, other than a lot of laughs that evening. I wish I was there for that. That just seems so perfect. Imagine, she's screaming, "I need to speak to him. I know his name. He's called John." And then John pulls out his name. You're like, "Oh, you know me, yeah?" And she's like, Entitled mother's quest to have me written up over Fortnite. So I was working at the electronics section of the store I work at, as per usual, when a kid and his mum come up to the register looking to buy the Fortnite deep freeze bundle for his Switch. We've gotten several complaints ever since we first got it, since kids and parents see it and just assume it comes with a physical copy of the game, since it only comes with skins, money, etc. So I always remind them of this, just to save them money if they're just looking to play Fortnite. Were you just looking for Fortnite, or were you just looking for this stuff on the box? The kid looks extremely confused. Entitled mother giving me a look like I'm a complete idiot. "What are you talking about?" Okay, just so you know, this doesn't come with the game. It's just a download code for the stuff on the box. You would already need the game to get this stuff, and we've gotten a lot of complaints from parents whose kids didn't know that. Good news is it's completely free to download, so you can just install it when you get home. You can still get this if you want, I just thought you should know. Apparently, in her mind, that translated into me calling her kid stupid. "I think he's smart enough to know what he wants. He's top in his class." Okay. I'm just trying to save you some money, the game is free. Apparently, it is inconceivable to hear that something could be free or that she could pay $30 and not get exactly what she wants. Because we kept going in this weird loop for about a minute, with her getting more and more confused. "Look, just shut up and give us the game." I've had enough and ring her up, deciding that if she wants to play stupid games, she can win stupid prizes. Apparently, they showed back up right after I went to lunch and were causing a rather large scene because, of course, their game didn't work. Long story short, she explained to the hard manager that I didn't properly explain to them that what they bought wasn't an actual game, how I called her and her kid stupid, how I cheated them, etc. And now she wants her money back. This hard manager offers her one better and tells me to apologise as well as install the game for her kid, since she had brought his Switch with him. So I give the most general sorry not sorry apology, and the entitled mother, all too smugly, hands me the Switch. I find Fortnite for them to download in about 10 seconds on the Nintendo store. Of course, it's taking forever to download because we're on bad store Wi-Fi, and the entire time, the entitled mother is talking bad about everything from my appearance to my lack of customer service skills, and whatever else she feels like berating me with. The entire time this is going on, her little brat of a kid is blasting the demo speakers at full volume, starting a new demo song every 2 seconds. Needless to say, I'm pretty angry and on edge from everything. I'm on the verge of crying since I can't do or say anything back since nobody is sticking up for me, and that hard manager is right there. Finally, after an eternity, it finishes, and I hand the Switch back and very weakly tell her it's good to go before excusing myself to go to the bathroom to try and collect myself. And of course, the entitled mother is following me and talking more bad things about me. I finally just turn around and scream at her, tears in my eyes. Jesus Christ, just leave me alone! I finally get into the bathroom, which thankfully was for one person at a time, and spend the next 15 minutes or so crying and trying to collect myself. Eventually I head back and the hard manager wants to talk to me. She explains that I was already in trouble for earlier, but my little outburst was going to get me written up, since the entitled mother came back to the section to complain and got a bunch of coupons and gift cards. Wish I could say there was a happy ending to this one, but nope, entitled mother wins the day on this one. Update number 1. I'm going to HR first thing tomorrow morning to try and get this resolved or reversed. If nothing else, I'm hoping that something can be done about this manager. Hopefully, I can update with good news. These situations always suck. I just wish there was someone, like, if I was there right then, I'd just take that person's side and start shouting at the manager and the person there. Just be a normal person, have some common sense. Just because my garage is open doesn't mean your son can touch my drums. So my family is getting ready to move. Most of our stuff is packed up in the garage. My drums are out there too, but unpacked and set up because I play in a hardcore band and we do practice there. There's this really cute kid, let's call him CK, who always knocks on the garage door and asks to try the drums. Sometimes I let him. I really like the little guy. His mother, entitled mother however, is a big piece of work. On this particular day, I was studying for a midterm in my room when I heard someone on my drums. I thought it was my siblings, who I don't trust around the kit anymore because they punched holes in 2 of the tom heads. So I went out to tell them to get off it. However, it seems like they were out in the neighbourhood and left the garage door open. On the kit was the cute kid and entitled mother was in the driveway recording him. I walked out and asked who they asked to use the kit. And entitled mother said that the garage door was open and cute kid wanted to play. I was a bit shocked that she just let him walk up and play, especially because it was technically in our house. I started to explain that I was fine with him playing as long as he asked, but she started to say that she was supervising him so they didn't have to. I was annoyed by this, but I decided not to comment on it. I told entitled mother that I needed them to leave because I was studying and I needed to close the garage door. She was not happy about this. She started going on about how cute kid just wanted to play the drums and that I was preventing him from learning. I said I was sorry, but I couldn't have them there right now. Cute kid seemed fine with it, probably because he knew that I'd let him some other time. But entitled mother started yelling at him to sit back down and keep playing. I kept telling her that I needed to study, but she wouldn't have any of it. I really didn't want to threaten to call the cops on her, but she was starting to become hostile towards me, yelling and telling me what a horrible person I was. The cute kid seemed pretty embarrassed about the whole thing. When I told entitled mother that I would call the police if she didn't leave, she walked up to the drum set and tried to pick it up and move it. Unfortunately for her, I used frame mounts for my cymbals, and the bass drum was in between the frame posts. She wasn't going anywhere with my drums. When she started unscrewing my cymbals, I called the cops. The entitled mother was out of there extremely fast once I was on the phone. I ended up directing the cops to her house when they showed up, and now, whenever she sees me, I get a dirty stare and some rude language. The cute kid still comes over once in a while, and I like to teach him whenever I can. Still a really cute kid. Her logic right there was, if I'm supervising, he's allowed. So he could just walk into like an army base and get in a tank or something. Oh, don't worry, General, I'm supervising him, he's allowed. Hey everyone, I hope you all had a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now, or check out the playlist down below. If you enjoyed that video, then please do leave a like. And if you want to submit your own stories, then you can do so by joining the Discord in the top link in the description. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.